Hello and welcome to the Speak to Lead podcast. Today I'm speaking with Luisa, and Luisa is here learning to improve her communication skills so she can operate on a more international basis with her business. So, Luisa, welcome to the podcast. It's great to have a chat with you. First, tell
Hi.
me, what is the business that you're running?
Oh, hi. Nice to meet you here, Joel. This is Luisa. I'm so happy to introduce a small part of myself. Luisa from China, and our business is about international, about produce backpack clothes, and we ship to the whole world, like to Europe, to USA, and to South of America. And we have been doing this business for like 10 years. And I'm so enjoying enough my work. And I hope one day I can show you more because this job can help me to know people from different countries, different regions. And that always excites me because through my work, my jobs, I can explore the big world outside of China. And that's the most exciting part about my job. And I hope one day we can share more about this.
That's great. Why is it for you so interesting and exciting to learn about different countries and different cultures and share in what everybody else is doing? Why is that important to you?
Yes, it's quite interesting because I feel myself is a very positive girl, and I always enjoy to see different things, even it's tiny or it's big. And I also love travel. So I think if with my job I can be travel around the world. And in this way I can be know different people and different language and different culture. I think this kind of thing can shape my mind and to be more positive and more active. And if you have a sharpen your mind and widen your eyes to see the world, that will keep you younger and younger and keep you running more for the future. And I think that's one of the best fuel and energy to your life.
Okay, so the desire to travel and to connect with other cultures and people is a way of energizing yourself and keeping yourself young and growing. Is that right?
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
That's I love that perspective. That's a wonderful approach to have to what travel means and what connecting with other people means. So I'm curious because you're someone, obviously you're in China. What are the differences in communication styles? What are the communication styles in China as opposed to in English and in Western countries?
It's a very interesting question. Yeah. I think I can share thoughts from my part, okay? I think China communication style is more like it's not so straight. It will be like basically I think for people from Western they will go more straight. From A to B will be more direct. But in China, the communication style will be more like if I want to from A to B, between A to B, there will C and D, like make a circle, and you need to catch all the details, catch all the simple words or from the face or from the eyes to see to truly get what they're really talking about. And sometimes it's not easy, but it's kind of like artist. It's like a philosophy. If you want to understand this kind of communication style, I think you need to live here and to understand more. But I think compared to Western communication style, I feel people from Western is very polite and very humble. Actually, very humble and very polite. But they will get the things much simple and easy and help you to understand quite to get a point. So actually, after my 10 years international business, I feel myself much easy to talk with people from Europe, from USA. But actually, it spent me quite more time when I talk with the people around me, my friends, even family. So I think this is a totally different communication lifestyle, but it's very interesting.
That is really interesting. So in China, it's not so much what people are saying, but everything around how they're saying it and their body language and all of the rest of it.
Yes, the body language, the face, and the move. Basically, we don't say no directly. We will say something other different. Yeah, I think it's not easy for people to talk with the China communications style at the very first time. It takes longer time to understand and to get that. But I think it is like artist, so it's quite interesting as well. But I think both communication styles have their uh good one, and like the other on the other side is like you need to see the balance between these two communication style. But I think both is quite interesting to me. I love both of them. It's different, and this will see that this depends on what people you have to meet with. So I think it's quite interesting. One day, if you can have the chance to experience the different style, I think would be good.
Yeah, it sounds like you get kind of a complete mix of different styles and different ways. It's almost, I can imagine it as like a game of figuring out how somebody's communicating and what is the right way to understand and connect with them.
Yeah.
Do you find it easier to, on as far as business communication goes, is it easier then for you to connect and build rapport in with Western clients because the communication is more direct, or is there something else going on there?
I think you have a very good question about this because this really happened during my work. For example, normally we talk with our clients by email, but sometimes I prefer like this way, face-to-face video. In this way, I can express myself very well. But sometimes in the email, I think we are trying to be polite and to be understandable with our client. But to them, they feel like we are trying to avoid or escape from the problem. But no, actually not. We are trying to help. But when we express our feeling and our thoughts that we want to help, but when they see from the email, they were thinking we are going to escape from the problems, and this is something that is very like it's a big disaster because they are our client, and actually we want to help, but they think we want to escape. So at this time, we need to have a video conference to make sure that we are on the same page. So sorry. So this is very important. Like you say, sometimes we do have a difficulty or a problems to understand each other by the different communication style. And so in this way, we have to solve this kind of situation by have a conference to meet like this way. And I think face to face will be much better to solve the problem caused by different communication styles. It happens a lot. But I think it's not problem because we can solve it with a different way and to be more open to each other. So I think this is not only happen to our client. I think this happened to all the people from the different countries.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose that's the crux of the issue is working out, like making ourselves understood when we're communicating. So, what is it that you wish you could? Is there a specific thing that you wish you could communicate more effectively when dealing with international clients?
Mhm. First, I think there are several things that we can do to avoid to avoid such problems. First, you need to make sure that your mindset is very close to them. That's why I mentioned earlier that we need to travel around the world to talk with different people, to understand them, to see the different background. In this way, we will be uh, I I don't think it be 100% the same mindset, but could be more closer to them. In this way, you can understand each other much better. Okay. Secondly, I think you need to use the same language. That's why I say pronunciation is very important, because even you use the same words, but if your pronunciation is not good, I think that causes another misunderstanding as well. So I think secondly, you need to speak the same language with almost the same perfect pronunciation. I think in this way, our client will feel that we are very close. And third, I think it's about sincerity, because language is the window that you talk with them. But sometimes you cannot, like, because I'm Chinese, I cannot speak 100% perfect English. So I think because we are so sincerity with our client, I think they can feel our heart, can feel our jobs, can feel that we are very thoughtful about them, and we are trying to offer our best solution for them. And in this way, they will think that we are really trying to help. And this is something I think to solve the problem caused by the communication.
I love that. Yeah, I suppose it's about finding ways to reduce the possibility of a misunderstanding. So, what you said firstly was really important, that idea of understanding different cultures and how different cultures operate and think, so that you at
Hmm.
least know where miscommunications can happen, right? If you
Yeah.
at least have an understanding of the differences between your culture, Chinese culture in this case, and Western culture, then you can kind of start to remediate any possible clashes of culture. And then
Hmm.
if you, like you say, focusing on being sincere, that way, even if you don't get the word exactly right, maybe you don't get the right word or you don't get the pronunciation correct, at
Hmm.
least the your business partner can feel that you're being sincere in your approach. That's really
Exactly.
very insightful, yeah.
Hmm.
Is there I'm curious because you've got this international business, you're really focusing on improving your communications and negotiation skills, I assume. Are there particular results or outcomes that you're trying to get? Are you trying to grow your business in a particular way? What's the aim? What's the vision for the business as an outcome of learning or improving your English?
So far, I have been working to improve my English with them, I think, for 1 month or more than 1 month. At least right now, I do not feel much progress effect on the business, but I already feel I make progress, a big progress myself by practice the English from Ben. And I think one day, if I can speak more confidently, more slowed down when I talk with our client or when I talk with the people from the world. Actually, it's not exactly about the business. It's about that if I speak exactly the same language with people, I think the business will just comes by themselves. I don't need to chasing for the business. I don't need to work very hard by grabbing them. I don't think that way. I feel I imagine myself if I can speak very good English and express myself very well. I think the business will just come to me by themselves, and that would be crazy, and that would be totally different view of right now. And I'm so looking forward that. And I trust that with Ben's help, I can do very well because Ben is so patient with me. And I think that kind of blueprint that business comes to me by themselves will happen one day.
I love that approach. I also, I'm a strong believer in that kind of philosophy as well. This idea that if you focus on doing everything in your power to improve the way that you interact with the world, you improve your ability to communicate, negotiate, present yourself to people, then opportunities and business growth will just come to you naturally. I believe I believe that's true. It's very nice to hear.
I believe that too.
Um, yeah, it's a, I think that's I think a lot of people go out and try to make things happen out there,
Mhm.
they try to make other stuff move, but a lot of the time the real key to improving your life is to focus on what are the skills that you can learn yourself. How
Mhm.
can you improve yourself? And by doing so, everything else starts to improve as well. All of those opportunities start to come your way. We haven't touched on it yet here, but I have a little note in my notes for this episode that you're interested in going back to university later on in life. What's the vision there? What's the purpose of that?
Yes, yeah. Actually, it's a very long story, but to be short, because when I was a kid, my family was poor to afford me to go to school, so I never been to university. I finished my high school, and then after that, I tried to find a job. I study all the English by myself by watching television. It's very interesting. I don't know if you know one TV show in USA called The Friends. That's the very beginning of myself to study English. I watched that TV show Friends, I think more than 5 times, 6 times, maybe 10 times. Anyway, I studied English for that. But go to university to me is a very romantic thing because in my picture, go to university there has so a very nice places. There have a very big library, and there have so many people from the different regions. I imagine myself when I go to university, 45 years old. That would be like 7 years later, and I will be like this way, looks young with energy and positive, and study my favorite subject like history, language, and I will be studying very hard and trying to get more and more knowledge as I can in university. And meanwhile, when I go to university, I will try to be more versatile to be more different me, because I also love to do yoga and dancing, and I hope I can finish all of these in a university as well. It's not about business; it's more about me myself chasing for my life. In my and also that means I'm trying to make myself my dream to become true in the life, and I think that's like kind of reward of my hard work.
That's beautiful. You seem like a very self-driven person who really is just focused on being the best that they can be, simply for the sake of being the best that you can be. You want to experience these things. You want to grow. You want to learn as much as you can. That's such a wonderful mindset to have.
Yes, I think you said very good word experience. Yes, I always trying to experience different aspect of the life. I think because it is kind of boring that you keep everything same, and because I think there's 2 points to keep people young. One is the study, keep study, you will be young. Second is about dreams. You have a goal, you have a dream, and focus it, make it happen. Do the same jobs in constant every single day, and everything happen, and that is kind of a big control of your life. And it's a big reward of yourself as well. So it's very good that you have something to do and keep study in the whole life. I think to be young is not just like looks young. It's like about your attitude and about your feeling. And so that's why I think keep study is a very good way to keep young.
I couldn't agree more. I think that's the purpose of life, is just to learn as much as you can, to grow as much as you can, and that is what keeps you young, isn't it? That constant
Yes.
desire for growth. That's how we stay young, how we stay engaged in life, isn't it?
Yes, I cannot agree more.
Well, that's, I think, a wonderful place to wrap up our episode together. Before we wrap up completely, is there anything else that we haven't talked about today yet that you would still like to mention? Maybe say to anyone listening or watching, or just anything else that we haven't touched on yet that you'd like to talk about?
I think that everyone have the right, everyone have the opportunity to chasing their dreams, to make their dreams happen. Even right now, everyone feel like the world is unfair, but fair or unfair is totally on your hand. So I will say that everyone have the opportunity to be good and to be better day by day, and trust yourself, believe yourself, and just take action every single day. That's it. That's the way to make the life better. Not just about talking, just action. Then everything will be better and better day by day.
What a beautiful way to end the episode. I couldn't agree more. Well, thank you once again, Luisa. And if you're building an international business, you listeners and watchers out there, and want to communicate more confidently across cultures, then please consider joining our Speak to Lead program. The link for this is in the description below. Thanks once again, Luisa. It was great having you on.
Thank you, Joy. I have a great time with you. Take care.
Thank you. Bye-bye.